Yeah. I'm rolling through the aisle like a Jedi on a mission. Shelf after shelf, it's a vinyl addiction. Yoda in my car, Luke's got a new edition. Boba's on the hunt, yeah, I'm living that ambition. Darth Vader's glare, he's staring from the box. The Empire can't stop me, I'm picking all the locks. Chasing that exclusive, it's a game of patience. Rebels in my heart, but my wallet's in stasis. Pop hunt fever, stacking them high. Star Wars squad, they're touching the sky, chasing that rare. It's the thrill of the ride, Funko life, can't stop, won't hide.
You might want to buckle up, baby.
Ha! Hello.
What's going on, my friend? Can you hear me, Nate?
Hey, hi. How are you? What's going on?
Good, man. Good. Are you scared? I was like, oh my goodness, we have audio problem. I was like, oh, I was scared for a second. Nada, man. How you been?
Nope. No sound on this end.
Really?
Hold, please.
All right. Well, hold on for just a moment. Nate's figuring his things out. Well, welcome back to Star Wars Pop Talk. My name's Patrick. My co-host Nate's just fixing his little audio feature there, and we'll be back in just a moment. But we've got some exciting stuff this week. On our episode, we have a special guest coming on, Don, from the Horde Customs. So you got to check this out. If you're into Funkos, especially if you're an in-box collector. I'm usually not an in-box collector, but when you see this guy's boxes, you toss that idea right out of your head because you're going to want to order 1, 2, 3. You might even want to do complete waves so that it looks that sweet in these boxes. So something to really think about. I think Nate's back. Let's see.
I'm back. Let's see. Yes, and I can hear you. Technical difficulty number 1 resolved.
Crisis averted. Woo!
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be an episode without some kind of technical difficulty to start, right?
That's true.
That's always fun.
So, hello, everybody. Welcome to what? Episode 5, right?
Episode 5, yes. Episode 5.
All right, so let's jump into it. What's going on?
So I don't know, man. A whole lot of nada. I was gonna say for this week, I don't really think we have too many things to do, like a cargo hold. Like, because I think I just kind of did my last one on the last episode where I'd gotten Yaddle and Ahsoka. And I know you did a little video, which is kind of funny. Because, and I love the scream in your video.
I mean, I had to get it. Like, this is the only, you know what I mean? Like, I thought I had them all, and she looks like every single other one up there. But yeah, so I ran out and I got her, and she came with like a 3-pack of like 3 other like randos I didn't have. So I got that, and that's my those are my big splurges for the week.
Nice. I like doing that when you kind of, random, like for me, like when I saw it, I was like, wait a second, I have that. And I was like, I don't have that. Like, how did I miss that? Like so
after we had that conversation, I literally couldn't sleep. I was like, I can't believe I don't have it. Like, I came down to my office, and I was like, maybe it's on like one of my other shelves or whatever.
And the same thing. I did the same thing. So it's very, very funny. So yeah, I'm glad we got those in the collection. But
got that out of the way.
I was gonna say the only thing I have for cargo hold, but I don't want to actually open it because I want to do an unboxing with it.
Yeah.
I got your shipment, and I've been telling peeps. I've been telling peeps, like, if they're looking for certain pops or whatnot, they got to hit you up. They got to use the code Poptography to get their discount, and if they have orders $60 or more, they get free shipping. Like, how sweet is that? Because I just got my shipment from you, which I know which has the 2 blueprint pops, the chopper and the R2. And then I also got the Black Series, the Stranger helmet. So pumped for that. Pumped for that. Very, very excited to open that. But I'm going to do that so we're not going to really do a cargo.
Nah, I don't think we need it.
No, but what we could get in, because what I want to do is I want to switch things up a little bit because I don't want to leave our guest just chilling by himself hang out in the backstage area so long. So what I was going to do is going to introduce the segment and then have our guests come on and join us. and then we could go into our news segment because I kind of want to get his thoughts on these pops and stuff.
Fantastic.
What do you think of
Yeah.
that? All right.
Fantastic.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let us get into our segment.
What's up? What's up? How are you guys doing? I'll tell you what, you guys have a fantastic green room. All the snacks and everything were perfect.
Yeah,
You
we have a
only
really
did
good
the
snack
green
budget.
M&M, so I appreciate that on my rider. So that was awesome.
Perfect. Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm happy
So
to be
tell everybody and tell us kind of a little bit about like yourself, like what you do, how you kind of got into Funko. Like I know you kind of not just do Star Wars, you kind of like a lot of other Funko, but like why is it what is about the Star Wars Funko that draws you to it? Because obviously that's our shtick, that's what we love. So kind of want to hear.
Yeah. Well, I'm a designer by trade, so that's what I've been doing for the last 25, 30 years. I really love packaging. That's like one of my favorite things of all time to do, to design. That's why nothing that collectible I have is out of box. Everything stays in the box. I see it as like it's its own piece of art. So the whole complete package to me is like, that's what I love to look at. And I have way too many. I think my collection got up to like 3,000 Funkos. And they're all displayed. So it's, God bless my wife. She's very understanding. Because to me, it's like when you have a collection, if it's not out and you can't look at it, then it's like, why do I have it? Like, I don't do it as like an investment of like, oh, I'm going to someday sell these and make a bunch of money. I buy them because I like them and I want to look at them. So when I'm walking around my house, I love just to be able to stop and look at, them from time to time. And yeah, so I dig it. So anyway, my background's in design. When I was in college, I had done like some like action figure customization. My senior project actually was I created a whole toy action figure line with like promotional posters and a backstory, and I created like 6 figures and the packaging for them, and that was like my senior project in college. And that's my biggest regret, is that out of college I didn't go into the toy industry, and I don't know why. I had some friends, they were designers.
Have you ever worked for like a Mattel, a Hasbro, anything like that at all?
No. Yeah, that's my only professional regret, is not getting into the industry. So I've been very entrepreneurial, and always in the back of my mind, like, is there something I could do with toys? And
I'll be honest, I'd love for you to get into it, but it could also be heart wrenching, because I got into it and it got short lived because it's all contracts and.
I get
it's brutal. You get to enjoy what you love, but it's tough. It's tough nowadays.
Yeah, I almost cringe when people will comment on my posts of like, they'll tag Funko and be like, you should hire this guy. It's like, no, I like my autonomy. I like to just do what I want to do. And, I don't have a bunch of different masters saying, you can't do that, or you have to do this or whatever. So I started it just as a way of like my own creative outlet, of where there's no client. It's just me. I'm just doing what I want to.
So if you're like 9 to 5 graphic design, are you still in that field at least? Or like, how are you applying?
Yeah. So my best friend and I have our own business. We've had it for, 20 years now. It started out as like a traditional agency, like brand and stuff like that. All the traditional creative type stuff. And then we got, when the DSLRs came out, we got into filmmaking and like media creation. And so that's kind of where more of our focus is now, on the media digital creation. And so the box thing is just a side hustle, but I just started as a hobby, and it just keeps exponentially growing.
So before, like, I honestly, I have to stop for a second and just like kind of not try to fanboy out too much, because I have to say, like, I'm definitely like, I love your work, and when I found you, I was like, oh my God, wait a minute. Cause I kind of feel the same way about the packaging itself as also the art. And I love the toys inside of it, but like when I was just seeing your things, like there's not one thing, and like even like the horror stuff that you do, I'm like, I don't collect horror pops, but I want that box, you know? So, I mean, really, 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 like, I want everything you have. I want it
No,
all.
I
Like, it's
appreciate
just
it.
fantastic.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's there's just I saw so many missed opportunities, and especially with the Funko Pops, just because that was what I kind of focused my collection on. Because at one point I had action figures like just I've been collecting since my freshman year in college. So like I had the full run of the Toy Biz X-Men line and like all that stuff. And so
Yeah.
it was getting too hard with me and my wife moving around, and it's just all these boxes and I couldn't display everything. So yeah, so funny story. One year I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sell these things. We're just going to give them to charity. So I rented a U-Haul and like went down to Metropolitan Ministries in Tampa and showed up and said, hey, I've got, you know, some toys to give away. And and they said, what, do you own a toy store? I was like, no, it's just my private collection. So just a U-Haul filled top to bottom with boxes of action figures and all sorts of toys I'm collecting. Yeah, and I was like, just give them away and let the kids enjoy it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just like I said, I've always seen missed opportunities with what they've been doing with the boxes, and I understand like mass production, you have some certain limitations. But yeah, like little things that kind of make my boxes, I think, a little bit different than other folks. That there's not a lot of, I kind of, not like patting myself on the back, but I feel like I kind of created a new genre, you know, in this collecting space of just a collectible box. Because there's amazing customizers out there, you know, and they'll make their own box, but I don't really know of anyone else that's exclusively just doing a box.
You've got a style too, like, because in a little bit we're gonna come back and talk more about this stuff, because we want to show what I think we have a couple examples of it too, but your work has got a style, and what's kind of nice is when you have a wave, like you could have the whole wave have that certain look to it, and still kind of and it which follows the kind of Funko kind of guidelines that we're used to, is just by getting what, you know, right off the shelf, like in box, right? That they serve us, but there's just a little more finesse to it, like the Impressions
a little more premium.
The Impressions wave, super nice. Like it does raise it up a notch. Like if it, say you got like a glow in the dark Vader, like old school, like you did a box for that, like that just looks awesome, like way better than just the white and blue. Like I almost wish that Funko kind of did like a crossbreed between like those early black boxes you did, the stars and everything, kind of like an old Kenner, like Star Wars. Like I saw someone do a mashup like that one time.
That's
on Reddit or something, but it looked cool. And I'm like, you know, that would be a way cooler way to go. And I think a couple celebrations they did some really nice package design with that black, with the kind of
vintage
chrome,
collection kind of stuff. Yeah. So that's been the inspiration. The majority of the Star Wars boxes I do is like a nod to the old Kenner style. So like when you look at the box, it has the chrome bars on it and follows some of the same design aesthetics that the old school blister cards had. Because I mean, I still remember, you know, I actually lived in England when Empire and Return came out, and, you know, going to the toy store and, you know, just getting so excited of seeing like what new figures were there. And so that's like such a huge nostalgia thing for me. So that's cool. I like to do most of my Star Wars boxes in that vein. But like to your point, I wanted to keep, when I first started doing it, I was much more trying to adhere real closely to the way Funko laid the stuff out. Because I was like, well, if people are buying this for their Funko, you know, they want it to look very, you know, similar, but not the same, like something a little different. But as I've been doing this now for almost 4 years, I slowly have moved away. Like I keep main elements, but everything else is kind of open, free game now. So yeah.
So can I ask? Like, how do you produce them? Are you doing small runs, or do you have the machinery that you're actually cutting the board yourself? And
this little guy right here, this the cutter that I use.
Uh-huh.
That was like, and then you can see right down here on the floor is my printer, and that's basically it. I print and then cut them, and then I spray paint the inside the color, and then I clear coat the graphic side, and then I cut my own windows. I basically create everything from scratch.
So cool.
But yeah, this machine was like the game changer, because for the first couple of years I was hand cutting everything, and so one box could take me close to an hour just with hand cutting especially the window, like all the detail elements and everything. This thing cuts in 15 to 20 seconds. And now I can do, like, you'll see in some of my stuff now, I have a lot of graphics breaking into the window.
Yeah.
And I would never do that when it was hand cut, because that would just take too long. But now with that thing, it's like a whole new playground of like, oh, that's, I've even gone back to old designs and had the figure on the side like break out into the window now, whenever someone orders it. So yeah, it's opened up a whole new creative outlet for me.
So can I ask you another question then? Like, because I mean, your stuff is absolutely fantastic, but it does really ring true to the aesthetic of, like, say, a Funko box. Like, have you gotten any pushback, or have you gotten any,
No.
uncomfortable comments, or
No, I mean,
when people are like at Funko?
Yeah, no, like, and people have asked me before about that type of stuff. And I think what it is that I'm not mass producing any of these. Every box you see, I hand make one by one. So
Yeah.
I know, like, in the past, customizers that had gotten in trouble and shut down, like cease and desist from Funko, was because they were like taking pre-orders for stuff, and they're, we're making 500, 1,000 of these things, and so Funko's like, hey, wait a second, that's, you can't do that. So that's one thing, is like, I think I'm like I fall kind of in the arts and crafts realm, because I'm not
very like, I want a custom box, and
exactly.
I go to you. Yeah.
And then I think another thing too, like, and not that they've ever seen me or thought much about me, but I think I help them, because they don't offer, you can't go to Funko and buy a box. You can't buy a replacement box from them. And so, I'm giving a service that they don't offer, which, helps people stay in the hobby. And then I've also, I've gotten a lot of people, I think like, I forget if it was you Patrick, or you Nate, saying, like, with the horror stuff, I've gotten a lot of people saying, like, oh man, I never even wanted that pop, but now I saw that box and I'm going to go buy it. So it's like, I'm helping, in a very small way, but
product in its own way, right?
Yeah. So it's like bringing, new life to people's collections, and some excitement. I have some hardcore fans that, I have a thing called the Alpha Horde, and that's for anyone who's bought 25 boxes or more. You get into the Alpha Horde. It's kind of like almost like a club, and you get a special T-shirt that has the Alpha Horde logo on it. That's the only way you can get that. It's a custom magnet that you get. You also get to, instead of having to join the giveaway or the drawing to choose a box design, if you get into the Alpha Horde, you get to request a box design of whatever you want. And so right now, I just started it in last August. And so I have, I think, 13 people in it right now.
That's cool.
And so, which is, and it's kind of fun, and gives some people to shoot for. I got a lot of people that'll comment, like, I'm on my way to the Alpha Horde. I got like 5 boxes. And so, it's a lot of fun. And so, and also just trying to keep that sense of community, because I think, the Funko community overall is a great, group of people. Everybody, that I've come across has been super, super friendly, super nice. So I've been enjoying it for sure.
So cool. It's like a whole nother way of, like, displaying and collecting, because it's funny, like, I'll get one that, like, I absolutely love, and I keep in the box. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get another one because I like it so much. I want to display it outside of the box. And then I saw
Yeah.
some of your boxes. I was like, but I could get a third and put it in a box, and that's additional to that. And like here goes
Yeah.
my Ahsoka crack habit.
Right. Yeah, I've had people, they'll buy the box and then they'll display the box, and then all my boxes have a image insert in it. They'll pull that out and put that behind the pop out of box as like a little diorama. And so yeah, people do, all sorts of things, which is
That's
super
kind of
cool. I
cool
love
idea
seeing
too.
So cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
So
Well, before we go on and talk more about it, I know we got to get to some other segment, and we're coming back to this because we definitely want to highlight and show some of the work, but we want to get your opinions on some news. So let's we're going to go to our news segment.
Transmissions from the Holonet.
All right. So really the only kind of the only real new kind of I would say announcement, Nate, and that we really have is the Maul stuff. So because we didn't get to talk about that on our last show. So we do have this that we could show, and these look absolutely phenomenal. Like like that cool. Maul. Now, the only thing about this one, this is the only thing I was like, do I like it? Do I not like it? The teeth. Thoughts on that? That was a little different, like than any I've seen, but I'm like, kind of cool, kind of. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sweating it. I'm excited for all of these. Are you showing just the 3, or do you have all 5 up?
Oh, I got them all. All. This gas one looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I looked at, I actually pulled it up behind me. I actually have the the other one, that Mandalorian special whatever one. That's kind of like this. It's kind of got some colors like this, but it's different. And this just looks so gritty. I love it.
I think we're gonna be a little shocked about what this is. Actually, I'm excited for it.
And I think the pops actually are showing something that's more of the animation in you and paint style too.
Yeah.
This one, Icarus.
I think that one.
That's freaking fire. Like, I don't know anything about the character, nor do I care. That just looks awesome.
I mean, a Force Gatling gun. I mean, come on.
Right? Look at that dude. He's ready for COVID.
So cool.
He's ready for the next COVID-19 or whatever.
Yeah, he's got the COVID mask on.
Yeah.
He's ready to rock and roll, man.
Bandito.
Yeah.
This Maul this is fire. Love that. Look at that. Love the little how it drapes to the side and everything. But like you notice it's got like this kind of like blueberry, like this kind of, it's not quite blue, not quite purple.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm not like a super huge fan of. Yeah, is the tunic, how it's the color of it. But I mean, I'll reserve judgment till I see the show. So
it's interesting. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when I was on the Star Cruiser. I got a blue Jedi training tunic that was navy blue and had gray sleeves, similar to this. I thought that was interesting. So I'm like, I wonder if they're repurposing some costumes from merch that they never sold.
Yeah,
that they, probably have on back order of it, and they're like, we gotta get rid of this stuff. Let's work that into the animation, Dave. I don't care what you gotta do. You gotta work that tunic.
Yeah, and I love that logo. That's awesome.
Yeah. This one is the one everyone's gonna want. Now, this is that Target exclusive one. The Crow Inquisitor. I thought they called him like the 11th brother, 7th brother. I don't know.
Well, that's what he's coming out on TVC's carded, and he's the 11th brother. And that's
okay.
But what's interesting also is that in the wave, so far in TVC, they've only done 3, but the third is Marok from Ahsoka.
Yeah.
But we're not getting that pop here again. I mean, at least yet, anyway.
I don't know if we will. Do we need it? Maybe, maybe not. But I'll be honest, that Marok pop, to me, was one of the best that we had in 2024. And that was like that was kind of like when they throw it towards the very end of the year, like the Oscars, you get some really heavy movies right before the awards come out. because
Yeah.
that pop was, I just thought like the weathering on it, the styling of it, the posing of it, it had motion. And that's one
Well,
thing I really like when Funko can do that, because I can't stand the hero pose ones, and I can't stand when
yeah.
it's just so still. It's like
Yeah,
blah.
static.
Well, I think I'm
Yeah,
just gonna buy another one, and I'm gonna have homie down here make me a box for it.
I was gonna say
right.
I'm gonna have to do something for this series, because I mean that just begs for just a tough
Yeah.
looking box.
Yeah.
There's that
Yeah, I mean,
logo
that's
again.
just yeah.
That logo is just.
I mean the box that they have is not terrible. Like it's got some personality to it, but yeah, I think I might need to put a horde spin on.
I'd like to. I kind of wanted to figure out what you would do. I think if you watch the series, you think that's going to give you some inspiration, because I definitely felt like from what we saw in that little teaser trailer, and then just what we saw visually in the actual trailer that we saw, there was definitely something with the paint. Like that first teaser trailer definitely teased something with the paint. But then when you see it on screen, there was a tone to it. There's something to it. There's something different. And I think they're working it into the pop. But I wonder if we're going to see that worked into the TVC figures. Is that going to be part of the motif in the animation? It's somehow worked into the paints of it. I don't know. I'm just hinting that it could happen, but it looks kind of cool. And I wonder if you see the series yourself, Don, and you look at it, do you think that's going to inspire you to think, oh, I want to try this on the box and whatnot?
Yeah, for sure. Like whenever I'm doing any of my boxes, the first thing I do is research. I mean, there's certain properties that are favorites of mine, and so I just kind of have I already know a lot about them. But people request stuff that I have no idea, like especially like anime stuff. Like I don't watch anime, so when someone requests an anime box, like I gotta go research and see like what's the visual style of that anime, and what are the predominant colors, and kind of how do they design different things for it. And so I that's the first step of any box is I'm sitting there on the interwebs doing my research, because I want one of the things that I think if you talk to anybody that owns my boxes is I try to put in a lot of details. And so and a lot of times it's not details you even see, like when you see it on Instagram or I'm on a live and I'm showing it off. It's like when you get it in your hands, it's completely different. And there's like all sorts of little detail things. And I think that's one of the reasons why people like them so much.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Let's show them now. We stalled enough. Right? So here's your Instagram page. But here are some examples.
Yeah, so those, like I said, that was like these are heavily influenced by the old school Kenner. But it's I like it as a design challenge of obviously the Kenner stuff, for the figures was predominantly in a blister card. So so it's kind of cool translating it into a box.
Well, I like even how when you do the back of the box, like it has that kind of card, image to it. That's like primo to me. That's really sweet.
Yeah,
and
I really
the top of the box and the sides very well, where it's not just it's just the same, maybe a different color treatment, or whatnot. I mean, it's the whole thing. It's really done very nicely.
Yeah,
and
so
the other thing is, I really like how you do the animation for these.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It was actually it was a team effort. One of my best friends, he's like an amazing 3D artist, and so I was saying to him, I was saying like I can't, when I'm filming my boxes, it just doesn't come across as good as as well. And when I'm filming it, when it's just on a rotating dish, like you can't see the top, you can't see the bottom. So I wanted to do something where people could see the whole box. And so I was like, is there anything you could do, but set it up so that then I can update it, so he's not having to create the thing for me every time.
Yeah, so would he create you like a template that you can just say, okay, this is the top, the bottom, the sides, back, up, and
exactly. Yeah, so he created a Cinema 4D project for me that has the baked in animation, and then I can swap out all the graphics. and
So
backgrounds and
cool.
everything. So
It's so sweet. Now, do you correct me if I'm wrong, you see the inside graphics through here too, right? Yeah, you
yeah,
do.
yep.
Dude,
So yeah, I
that's
like to
fine.
have it varies, but like with these, I always kind of try to do the scene that the person, the character's in. So yeah. So again, those are like I can show you here. So like I have the Wicket one where it's got the ATST on Endor in the background there.
Oh, nice.
So like whenever, just so you guys can see, you can just take these out of the box. So it's just, it's like a
Very
three-dimensional little card there. So that's what, people set those down and then put the pop in front of it as a little display. But yeah, like every box comes with some type of background image.
That's cool.
There.
So
And then like I said, all the boxes are painted on the inside. So I hate seeing the custom boxes where the interior is just white. Like it just drives me nuts. Like I just think that looks not great. So yeah, I like when you're looking in the box, it's like it's all
Yeah, it adds dimension to it.
inside
It really
and
does.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's trademark to what you do. That kind of takes your box to that premium level.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
Cool.
Yeah, it adds extra steps that I think a lot of people wouldn't bother doing. I mean, I'm out in my garage, with my whatever air purifier mask on, spray painting the insides of the boxes, and and it's a bit of a process.
I think it's just a testament to, we're so conditioned as of late in retail to just strip everything down for like costing purposes until you just get this like blase stuff. And then, you forget how much you enjoy things that have details and things that, I appreciate that somebody took time enough to pick a color on the inside of a box. It matters, it matters. And it makes it different. And it's so nice to have something in your hands that has love in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I agree with what you're saying, Nate.
Yeah, like the like my Dark Side Anakin box. I don't have one made here. I wish I did. But so since he's on Mustafar, like that's what all the graphics are, on or referencing on the box. So what I do on the inside of that box is I do a flame ombre paint job. So when you open it up, like probably 90% of people would never even notice. But like to me,
that's that beautiful touch.
I don't know. I think that the people that you're selling it to probably do notice. And that's why you're getting the well-deserved attention,
It's kind of like Apple packaging, right? Like I always tell people that if I'm opening something and I get that Apple experience, that Apple pack, like that means something to me. Like, and having been an employee with Apple for years, that there's something to that vibe, right? And like I always felt when you bought something quality and it had that pristine, it's the opening the device was the box of the device was an experience. Like I always thought that was kind of nice, and the way it's presented, and it's this is perfect, and I don't have to rip this out or get wire cutters to cut the damn thing out. I always thought that was really, really sweet, just the way it's presented. Your boxes look nice.
They're top notch with the packaging. But yeah, like as far as like details, so like this is one of the impression ones. What I wanted to do with these is recreate that Kenner style packaging, but like it was done in Japanese pen and ink. So, so with the bars and everything is like they're, look like they're drawn on in ink.
And even at what is Pop's written in what, Japanese?
Yeah. So I changed the Pop logo to be in Japanese kanji. And then that obviously across the top is Star Wars.
That's awesome.
And then like next to the name of each is the name in kanji in the red. So you can see probably better on the
beautiful.
And then like on the back here, that's all in kanji. And I tried to pull like it might be like a scene from the movie, like the script. So it's all like it all has meaning in kanji. But I just liked it as a design element, but I didn't want to just throw random kanji on there. So it's all Star Wars specific. And then like with the on the flap, They all have a quote in kanji.
Oh,
So I believe
very
this one is. I think this one is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
that's cool.
And, yeah. So just that's the type of little like detail stuff that I was talking about that people seem to dig. And when you look at it, you notice different things.
Now do you rather people keep them in box, out of box? Like, as a person who creates custom boxes, what's your take on that? Out of curiosity,
I'm a hardcore always in box, but I understand like, this could be on its own with the being able to see the background in there. Like I take no issue with somebody that's like, you know what, I just want to display the box and have my pop separate out of box. That's totally cool. But me personally as a collector, it's always in box. Like I don't ever take stuff out of the box unless it's damaged. And then if it's damaged, I usually make a new box for it. So that's the benefit I have.
You will be boxed.
Yes, that's right. You will be in the box. And then just to say too, I didn't mention it whenever I was showing the other one. So this is the Ronin. So I had I've been wanting to do this Ronin box for probably over a year. And then when I saw the new line of impressions come out, I was like, oh, that's a perfect time. Like I'll just do the set. And I wanted to keep him in the same style, but I did the box black and white instead of with the cream tones and stuff.
Yeah. That's bad.
So what I do, just so you guys know, so like this is the number one box. You can see down there it has the number one on it. Those are the only boxes that get numbered. So people that are familiar with me and they're collectors of mine, like these ones are pretty sought after because every other box of the Ronin made after this doesn't have a number on it. It's just, it's just the general one. And then on the bottom, you can always tell too, because it'll say that you got the first of this design and then what year it was. So that's like the little extra special. I have people that only will collect the first one. So
wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, when are they getting the bidding wars with the other collectors?
Sometimes, yeah. So like these all of my new impression ones that are the number ones, I'm gonna have on Whatnot this Sunday. I'm gonna have about 18 boxes for sale on Sunday on Whatnot. So a few, like all those will be number ones. People usually want it, like they'll ask me like, are you gonna have any number one boxes? So yeah, so all those will be number ones. And I have some others. All my Star Wars ones that I currently have. I have the Ewok, I have Ahsoka, and then I have the Rey that like you saw on the 3D renders.
Yeah.
I have all those. Those will be available. So I started doing the Whatnot just because I thought it would be fun to be able to have like interaction like this with the fans of my boxes.
What are your main sales channels now? Are you just like, is it DMing you on Instagram? Do you have your own store? Do you have a website? Like what? How are you selling?
I got a website. So the way I do it is since I make all the boxes to order, when you order a box for me, you get put in the queue. And then, I just go down the queue and order, make the boxes. You don't pay me anything until your box is ready to ship. So there's no money up front. You just tell me what box you want. You get your space in the queue, and then I just work my way towards you.
That's cool.
So on my website, it has all my designs, and then just has a button on there where it says I want to order a box. And when you click that, it basically just pulls up an email, and then you just tell me which boxes you want. You can also hit me up on Instagram. Just direct message me, and then I don't like to communicate like ordering so much on Whatnot because they're very sensitive about that. They don't want offline sales. So I usually tell people hit me up on my website or Instagram. But then on Whatnot, I'll do streams, I'll do my shows, and then sell my boxes through the shows as well.
Now, do you get commission to do customs as well? I imagine people have to hit you up.
So so I actually originally started out even with the whole box thing is I was doing custom pops and then I would make a box for it. And so and all my custom pretty much there was a few that I did like multiples of, maybe like 3 of a particular custom, but pretty much all my customs were one of ones. So it was like the custom pop and the box, everything. It was like if you got that for me, that was it. Like, you got the only one that was made.
Ah.
Then I got hit up by a buddy of mine who was a Whatnot streamer, and he had a bejeweled ghost face. And he was like, hey, I see you do like these really cool boxes for your customs. Could you do a box for this ghost face? And so that was the very first box I designed, just as a box, like not for my own custom pop. And so that's what started it all. And so I was like, hey, if he wanted that box because he didn't have one for that bejeweled ghost face, maybe other people, my initial thought was, if other people with grails or like high-end pops with damaged boxes, maybe they would want a new box for it. So when they display it, it looks nice. Yeah. And so that's all I thought it would be, is like every once in a while somebody might hit me up and be like, hey, I've got, unmasked Jason Voorhees that the box is jacked up. Can you make me a box? And then so that's kind of how it started. And then people started hitting me up for like commons and, hey, can I get a box for, this common pop? And I was like, really? You want a custom box just for, a $15 pop? And they're like, yeah. So that's how it went. And a lot of the folks I have in the Horde lament the old days, because when I first started, it was you could just hit me up at any time. It was $50 and it was whatever you wanted. So whatever design you wanted, if it was, because I didn't really have much of anything back then as far as designs go. So you could just hit me up, ask for a specific design. It was $50 and that was it. And so that went on to where it ended up being the queue was a year and a half long before you would get a box. And so I was like, that's why I don't take money up front. I don't want to be sitting on anyone's money. If you're patient, that's great. But it was like starting to stress me out just knowing that I've got 50 designs I have to get done before I'm even close to getting this queue worked out. And I'm getting more orders all the time. So that's whenever I had to say, all right, well, I got to up the price a little bit. And then I had to stop taking just anyone's request for a new design. And that's why I started doing monthly drawings. So I have a certain amount of slots per month and it's free to enter. And then if you win, you get to pick a design. So that made it much easier. And I'm trying to, by doing that, I can get those new designs out. The goal is to get them out that month. And so next month, it's a whole new set. I can offer new slots for new people to be able to get new designs. So very cool. And then obviously a lot of the things like the impressions ones, I'll still do designs on my own just because I want to. So I was actually talking with a buddy of mine on Instagram today, and he was like, yeah, I was talking to some people and, they thought it was really interesting that you did that impressions line. And I was like, oh, how so? And they're like, they just didn't expect you to do that. I was like, yeah, I was like, personally, I wanted to do it because if you see my site, it's a lot of horror, a lot of movie stuff, a lot of Marvel. So it's like I have quite a bit of Star Wars, but it's definitely not, you wouldn't look at there and be like, oh, that's your main focus. I mean, by far, I have the mostly horror stuff. So
yeah,
it's a lot of that.
I get you. But I just thought what was shocking to me was how beautiful they looked. I was like, wow, so like this. I felt like this is what they should have had. Like, right? Like, don't you feel that, Nate? That's what they should have had. That's how
or even like I think that they're almost too perfect for just like I like the idea that they're just like those special one-offs. Like that should be like the stuff that comes in those premium, like 750 piece drops. You should get them in like sick dope boxes like that, where you're like, nobody has this, like completely offline, like that. That's what I envision.
Yeah, like I would like to see. It would be nice to see Funko do a collab with like designers like you, right? Or like, okay, we're if you could design, give us like 3 design concepts, right? And then we're gonna work with the art, like the artist series that's gonna be coming out.
Yeah,
because I think for me, the artist series pops kind of suck, and I'm not a huge fan of them. But like, I kind of like some of those clones, and I like the colors. But I'm like, I'm not sure, but I can see like if they were in a cool box, but knowing they're probably going to be in the the same bullshit box we
Yeah.
always get, it's not going to be like commanding that like
Yeah.
excitement from us. That's what
Yeah.
I think is probably going to be missing. And
Yeah.
when I see what you can do, I'd love to see, if you get like a look at that or inspiration, what would you do with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny. The February, I just had my February drawing for slots, and one of the design requests was for I think it's going to be a 750 piece Art the Clown where he's got the Christmas glasses on.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun one. And so, like to your point, like there will be a box for that. Obviously there's not going to be that many people that will be able to get it.
Yeah.
But it's still cool. Like I have designs that people have requested that that's the only one I ever sold was the one they requested. Like just it hasn't resonated with people because they don't, it's not in their collection or whatever.
Yeah. I hear you.
But that's fine. It's like I don't mind. It's if you win a slot and that's the design you want, that's what you get. So
Wow.
you get what you asked for. So yeah, I don't tell people no, I don't want to do that because I won't be able to sell it. So
Yeah.
No, I hear you. But then you could always say, well, I could, as opposed to doing it, yeah, you could do that, but that's going to be a premium custom, right? Like I don't really have different tiers of what you do, but you could say that's that, and that's going to be here, and I do those every other month. I don't need to burn myself out. Every other month, I'll choose to do one of those, and I don't know.
I do. I will do, and people will order boxes for customs. So they'll have a custom pop, and they want me to make the box for it. So those are an upcharge because obviously.
I think I'm going to be hitting you up for sure, Don, because I made my own, and I need a box for it. I made my own custom Vader from Kenobi with the cut face long before they did.
Yeah. Yeah, I had done a custom line of I called it the mixtape, and I had done like Robert Smith from The Cure before they it was literally I had that custom done, and I almost did my launch of my customs, and they released that Robert Smith. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I made this guy a year before this ever was produced.
Yeah, but I still say mine was better. Like I got the hair way better than they did. Their hair was like not good.
But it's it's kind of fun because making a custom, like making this guy, that was a process. That was like especially this one, opposed to other ones. This was like one piece that's inside the helmet was a second piece. So like you had to remove two pieces to get it was a beast. And then cut them out. But it was definitely so worth it. And then to have them on my shelf, like I was like, oh, that's so awesome. But now, and then they finally came out with one. I'm like, all right, like who did it better? Like I thought they had some good sculpting and everything to it. I liked it, but I definitely felt they learned from this version of the Vader they did because the heads from a lot of newer ones have been a lot lighter, and they haven't been this. I think it's more one mold as opposed to two. And then somehow bond it together, Yeah. But that was something just learning that from tearing, having to deconstruct one to do what you wanted to do. But I was determined. I was like, man, I need to get that. I need that. Like, how did we miss that? Like, we got Reva, but we didn't get that. Like, come on. Come on.
Don, I'm curious. So, like, okay, get it that like you're into the graphics and the boxes are fantastic, but you're also like a collector. So, like, what's your jam? What's your favorite like pops that you're collecting? Like, what genre are you going after? Or is there like packaging or something out there that you're like, okay, they got it right? Like, what are some of your faves?
Yeah, I honestly was not mad at the NFT packaging. Like I got a few of those, and I liked how they did the or like the chrome hits on it and stuff. So I thought those were pretty decent. Like I didn't have anything against those. As far as my personal collection, I'm literally all over the place. I'm very much if I see one that I like, even if it's not something I'm into, I'll just get that one. But I got a lot of horror. I've got a good amount of Star Wars. I'd say horror is my big one. I have my one completest collection is The Office. I have every Office Pop.
Whoa, they did a lot of those too. So that
yeah, it's a
that's
lot.
big thing.
Yeah, but yeah, that's one of my favorite shows. So I was like, when they started coming out with those, I'm like, that's gonna be my one completest collection. I'm gonna
That's
get
your
all the
kryptonite
Office
now. That's your kryptonite.
Yeah. So, but luckily they don't come out with them very often anymore. So they'll just come out with those every once in a while. So that's
But
fine.
I think with those, it's not like too. It's not like they repeat the character in like Chrome and this and that. Like they don't do that.
But they do repeat the base characters a lot. There's still characters they've never done, which just blows my mind. But it's fine. It's whatever. And then I also like I do some of the Freddy Funkos, but not a lot. They're usually like the horror based ones, or I had to get the Freddy as Stormtrooper because like that's when I stopped collecting like hardcore everything. I said for Star Wars, I will only collect Stormtrooper stuff. So that's all I collect now is just Stormtroopers.
Nice.
And so whenever they came out with the Freddy Funko Stormtrooper, I was like, oh yeah, I need that for sure.
Have you ever gotten a Conan Funko?
I have not gotten a Conan Funko, no. But some of them are pretty cool.
I know my friend up in Canada, Christopher, has a few. I now need to find a Conan, I guess Star Wars one. I have to get one. They're just awesome looking. Awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of Conan, but pronounced Conan, I just bought off of Whatnot a Conan pop. So I thought that would be a pretty sweet box to make. So that's what I'll do is I'll go on Whatnot and I'll buy pops of things that I think like I literally in our loft here I probably have 200 pops that I just have set aside to design boxes for whenever I have time. So that's like the Ronin sat there for a year before I got to designing a box for it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So do you like go out and find pops that like, oh, you know what? I'd like that. I have to add that into my collection because I know I have a pop. I have, I think, two pops that are not Star Wars in my collection. Only two. What the?
You do?
Yeah. I did on that one. But I have, so I have a 10-inch Mike Myers.
Okay, nice.
I did that because a friend asked me to join his collab, and I was like, and it was Mike Myers, and I didn't have it. So I ordered it, but like I really like this one, and they only had it in 10-inch version as opposed to like the normal. Like,
right.
All right, I gotta get that. But like it's kind of worth it because I see him in the distance and he's like literally in the corner in the shadow. Like it's all Star Wars, but then in the shadows, Mike Myers with the knife.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's kind of good. And then the other one is it's that like Superman gone like completely psycho, like Brightburn. I love that. I thought that was a really cool take on that Superman story. So different, so unique, and it was just scary, a little like scary. Like, damn, that kid's pretty creepy. But I have that Funko Pop because it looked fantastic, and I plan to take it out like maybe like in some cornfield, like in the summer, and a good like stormy night, and just get out there like right before dusk, and kind of maybe hanging on some fishing wire over it or something like that because he's just awesome looking.
Yeah, it's like that. The Death in the Family Joker is such a cool pop, and I made a box for that one because that one was just too cool to not have its own box. There's like I'm not like Marvel, DC. I'm not in one camp. I'm cool with whatever. So I have quite a few DC pops as well. But yeah, like there's tons of cool Batman ones.
Have you done any of the die casts? Because I know you said you've done some of the NFTs, but have you done any of the die casts at all?
I haven't done a die cast box. No. I have like what was that when the first Captain America? I have that one and the Iron Man. But that was about it. Yeah, I didn't really get into those too much, and I haven't done. No one's ever requested a box for them.
No, have you taken those for your own personal collection? You've taken those out of its box, or did you leave them in its box?
Oh no, they're in the box.
Wow! So you've never seen it in the acrylic box out?
I mean, I took it out to look at it, and then I put it back in the box.
All right.
I actually have.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's I have an issue with that. Yeah, I actually have. Hold on one second. This is probably my coolest inbox. I got this from a friend. It's the Making Fun. It's the director Freddy and a set of pins are in here, but you can only get this at the premiere of the movie.
The documentary.
So it's still in the shrink wrap and everything.
Oh,
it came
dude,
with the director Freddy.
That's really cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, so a friend of mine is a friend of Mike Becker, and so he was invited to the premiere, and so like his whole family had these, and we were visiting him one time, and he's like, "You're into that Funko stuff, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." So he's like,
just a little bit.
He's like, "Here, you want this?" And I was like, "Yes, please." And then he's like, "Oh, do you want to meet Mike?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So we were in Coronado, and they had at the time Funko had a small office there where Mike Becker worked out of, and so he took me over there and I hung out. We all hung out for like a little bit of the afternoon, and it was like right before a con, and they had all like not the prototypes, but like the like all the pops that they were going to be selling there, and doing for the con, and he had like a whole set of them, and he's like, "Yeah, well, just whichever one you want, just take one." And then he like gave me a bunch of T-shirts and gave me some two artist proof sodas, like the Gold Batman and the Flocked Lion-O that are like the AP ones. So I was like, this is pretty cool.
That's cool.
So, yeah, super nice guy. And like at the time though, I didn't have him sign anything because it's like, you guys know, it's like you're in this environment where it's like a friend of a friend. And so you're kind of just hanging out.
Cool and trying to take it in.
And you want to be like, hey, can you sign this? It was like we were just kind of hanging out, as like buddies.
Yeah.
So, like I didn't ask for an autograph.
No, you know what? That's probably cooler because with the experience is just as cool. Like when I go to a con, I'm paying for that autograph, right? So like I don't ever whenever I've done any other gigs with celebrities and stuff like I've never, except for one time, ever asked for an autograph. Ever.
Yeah.
And I had asked for the autograph ahead of time because I figured I pushed my wedding date back just to photograph the job for Seton Hall Law that had James Earl Jones coming. So I didn't want to miss that. So I'm like, yeah, I'll photo. And the one was like, but your wedding, aren't you getting married? And I was like, yeah, we're going to push that back a week. No one's going to miss a thing by that. So I could do that job. And besides, I have a little more money in my pocket for the wedding. Perfect. Yeah. And so I said, but I just want to get it. I don't want to, be a big surprise. I said, but if you can ask James Earl Jones, like, I like to get a Star Wars figure signed if he doesn't mind. I'm like, oh, okay. So I stuffed 2 in my camera bag, and I'm doing it and everything. It was really great time. Awesome guy. Everyone's asking, can he say something? I signed NDAs. I can't say anything. So we get on the elevator to go back downstairs to what they call the green room, right? So we're sitting there, and he goes, and in that voice, it just felt like I was like, in the Vader, in the elevator, Vader standing behind me, and he goes, I understand you have something for me. And I'm like, yes, I do, Mr. Jones. He's like, well, let's get in here and we'll talk business. And I'm like, talk business? He goes, so one thing is, if I'm going to sign something for you, he's like, you need to have it legitimized. So pulls out an 8x10, signs it for me. Here you go. So that, I know you didn't ask for it, but so he gives me that, and then he's like, okay, give me the figures. I was like, all right. And I thought it was funny because he said figures. I only mentioned figure, but I had figures.
Oh yeah, he knows.
It just had this like ear to ear grin on, probably like I was. So I was like, okay. So I unzip the bag and whip out 2 figures. He's like, yeah, I've never even signed these. And so I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
So he signs them. And I'm like, wow. So I was just like, thank you so much. Then he hands me his card, and it's like JEJ, and it has personal assistant, has her name and number. He's like, if you need anything else, just contact her. She'll get a hold of me. I'm like,
that's super cool.
Okay, that's cool. Like I had his personal card from JEJ and like handed it to me himself. Like that's cool. So And I put that, so I hid it somewhere like when I was packing, and now I don't know where I put it. I think I stuffed it in a
Oh
book.
man,
I have no idea what book. Don't
yeah.
even,
That
you know,
stinks.
all
Someday,
I know is
it'll.
given to like one of those library book fairs, and someone's walking around with James
What the
personal
heck?
assistant's number in the book. No
Well, that's
idea
like,
where it went.
yeah,
But
that's one of the things I love. Is that like I've never been big into autographs like on the pops or anything. Like it really doesn't do anything for me. But what I think is so cool is that when people will take my boxes, with them and go get them autographed,
That's
and
cool.
and then like what I think is just so cool about it is that usually that person will then be like, I've never seen this box before, and like
Yeah.
they get an extended interaction because of the box. And so
Yeah.
it's like it's so cool for them because they get to have this little bit more of a connection with the actor or the celebrity or whatever. And so I just think that's so cool because then they're super excited and they hit me up and they're like, yeah, they never seen it before and they said they love the box. And yeah, it's really
awesome.
it's really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome sauce. Like I hope that you might be working some ideas, because we are coming up in 2027 for the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, right? So
yeah.
I'm hoping, I'm fingers crossed we do this right? We got to get Josh on board here, the president, the new CEO over there at Funko. Listen, we need to get some Star Wars Funko Pops. We need to have some really cool designs, some really cool figures that span the 50 years. Let's do some cool characters. And I guarantee we're going to get a Vader, and I'm not going to not want one. But let's get some really cool characters, very expansive through the 50 years, but do a nice little wave, and maybe give us some hype for it. Like maybe every week there's a different wave of characters are getting introduced. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that would be super cool.
It would be fun. I think that it's a big year to hit it. Like all collectibles with the Star Wars for the 50th year. I mean, because at Celebration they're gonna have some serious fire coming for as exclusives and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're gonna come up with. I've been trying to think like what could Funko come up with that would be cool, because so it's buried behind the 18-inch Vader and Boba Fett, and I have Ted, but he's got like the Ewok thing on, like life size. I've got all those, but behind all that is the Star Wars poster. It's that I think you have it, Nate. The Star Wars with Luke Skywalker, but he's like he's not the normal 4-inch. He's like a 6-inch with the scale R2 with him. That's a cool thing, but like it kind of lacking. Like I would hope if we can get something for the 50th, do the original kind of like awesome Vader poster with Leia, and you got Luke Skywalker, like the old school. Do that poster and Funko.
Yeah,
awesome. Like have like the background where it's kind of like raised, where it's part of the Funko is the Vader raised, and it's painted so it kind of blends into the stars, and you get like a little scaled 3PO and R2 on the side, and Leia and Luke. Dude, that would be so fire. Fire.
That'd be cool.
Nice big sculpted piece.
They probably say, you know how much that would cost to make?
Yeah.
But again, limit it.
Yeah.
Right? You're making it for the 50th. You limit it. Shit, if you limit it to 50 pieces, that would go fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah. You just get an awesome 3D artist and 3D printer, and you just make 50 of those things. Hand paint them. That would be awesome.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Dope. So, do we have anything else, Nate, this week? I don't think we really have much on the room.
Not a lot of stuff. I'm just excited to finally get to meet you, and I'm glad that you came onto the show. It was so cool seeing your work, and oh my god, I can't wait. And everyone needs to check this guy out. Yeah, dude, you got to definitely check out John over at the Horde Customs, because, dude, as you've seen tonight, like you got to witness it. They're fabulous. They're fantastic, and that's just you're gonna want a few of them. Yeah, you're gonna want a few of them. Yeah, but you know what? They're for the discerned taste. If you're that collector that needs to have a box
and you want to have something that's just kind of a step above the rest, this is your man.
Yeah.
Right here. No
For
doubt.
shizzle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like I said, I have the hardcore collectors that have. I think our top guy has like 85 boxes right now.
Excellent.
Mine, but like I think it's super cool when somebody is just buying like one box from me and knowing that when they put that in their collection, how that's going to stand out from the entire collection is awesome. Like
Yeah.
it's just that little bit of something different, little extra something.
I agree because I think like I'm looking across from where I'm sitting at a shelf of sadness. Now you're gonna like it because they're Funkos in boxes. Like, to me, it's sadness.
so
The Funkos
sad,
that are in
Duncan.
boxes are on a shelf,
It's the way it should be.
and it's the Vader, it's the Mando, and the Rey impressions. And I'm looking at it from afar. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get that Vader. At least that Vader box. Like,
Yeah.
but then I'm like, okay,
Well,
if you get one, they gotta have its friend, right? It's gotta have its friend.
Yeah.
You gotta get the matching.
I
I'm
haven't
gonna have
decided
to do the whole damn wave. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
do the
I
whole wave.
haven't decided yet. I'll probably at some point I'll do the newer. Like I just did the OGs for this wave of impressions. So the
Gotcha.
3 new ones plus the Vader. But
you got to do a Cad Bane. You got to do a Cad Bane.
Oh, yeah,
did they do him as like a samurai?
I just pre-ordered his butt on Friday.
Yeah, Target
Friday from TargetCon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They did him as an impressions.
Yeah,
oh, dude,
really cool.
I haven't seen it yet. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he looks tight. You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find an image of him because he is.
And Patrick, if you really want that Vader box, the number 1 is going to be up for sale on Sunday on my Whatnot stream.
What's that?
The number 1 Vader impressions box will be up for sale on my stream on Sunday.
Oh, get out! Really?
Yeah, I'll have all 5 of them, 4 of them.
Yeah, you have to send me the link to that show.
Yeah, what time? What time is that? Because I might be going to my mother-in-law's. What time? What time?
I typically go on at like 11
in the morning.
Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Either
we're
going early or we're going later. We're either going early or later to mom's house.
I'll post it on Instagram. I haven't decided exactly when it's going to be yet. I usually wait until my buddy Dan, the Killer Clown Collectibles, he does Sunday mornings every week, and I usually go on after him.
You know what? This Sunday morning, I'm gonna be driving back.
That's all right.
Fine.
Just
give me your credit card or Venmo me.
Yeah, because Nate and I, we had talked about this last week, but Nate and I are actually having our first meetup.
Yeah,
we're meeting up in New York, and we're doing the New York Toy Fair this weekend.
Oh, very awesome! I always wanted to go there.
Very excited for that. Very excited for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be fun to see. I'm excited to see what's coming out. I'm hoping to get my hands on some new rumored stuff. I'm hoping to see, like we were talking about, that artist series, Clone Troopers. I just got to see though. I want to see what colors and what they look like because I've never really been a fan, but that might sway me. And maybe if you do some boxes for it,
now that we get some boxes,
now that's definitely gonna push the limit
and shit. Then
maybe, yeah. But like there's that Vader wave, and so I'm excited. I want to see some cool stuff. I even want to get my hands on the Lego, like that Lego play with the new bricks and everything.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to, get my hands on it.
We were at the Lego store at Disney Springs a couple weekends ago, and
that's such a good one.
Yeah, they were showing that stuff, the new play stuff.
Nice. So did they have it readily available there for you to play around with?
Yeah, so that was cool.
That is cool. That is super cool.
So, we're only like 45 minutes from Disney, so. Where
are you at? Are you near Lake Mary or whatnot near you? Not too far from you?
Yeah, we're like we're in a town called Groveland. More people have heard of Claremont. So that's like we're right on the border of Claremont and Groveland. It's 45 minutes west of Orlando.
Okay.
what I love about here is that we basically like we're in the mountains of Florida. Like you go up and down hills here, and it feels much more like Northeast than it does Florida. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
why I agreed with my family that we had lived in Tampa for 16 years, moved to North Carolina for 6, and then the family wanted to come back to Florida. And I was like, I'm not moving back to Strip Mall, Florida, which is what I call Tampa. It's like, it's so flat and ugly. I hate it. And so my wife was like, well, let's go look in this Claremont, Groveland area, see what you think. And we're driving up and down hills. I was like, we almost feel like we're in North Carolina. And so I was like, if we move here, I'll move back to Florida. So
yeah, and you probably don't get hit with as many storms possibly.
no, it's hilarious. Like we say we have a dome over us because we'll watch on our phone the systems come in and they'll just be coming and go. Oh. Like right around, it's crazy.
Score.
That is crazy, man.
Yeah, it's like it always misses. I mean, we get our share of rain, but nothing like most of the state. So
yeah. Even Disney gets kind of whacked, pretty bad.
Oh, Disney will flood from time to time during the summer.
When I went to go on my Star Cruiser, it was the only one of all the ones they've had. It's the only one that got canceled, and they had to rebook me.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I was all excited because I was like, we're going to do that, and then the family's going to meet us afterward. But then it ended up being like family first, and then we had to hang out for like 3 days to then do the Star Cruiser. So we're like,
oh, gotcha.
Okay. But it was kind of cool because my brother-in-law got to hang out for an extra 3 days and kick around and do some stuff that we couldn't even do with the family. We went to Disney Springs. They had the cigar. I can't remember the guy's name, but the cigar bar.
Yeah, right. Nice.
Yeah. That was a good time. But we got to do stuff we couldn't do normally with the families. I mean, we did a lot more Dole Whip with alcohol, stuff like that.
Right.
A lot more of that. Yeah.
The adult
like, what are you gonna do what do you want to do? Oh, let's go to Epcot. What do we do? I don't know. Let's just get some beer. All right, let's do that.
Did you go to Trader Sam's at the Polynesian?
We did. You know what's crazy? We stayed at the Polynesian, so we did do that. I did that with the wife.
That's so cool.
And we had such an awesome time.
Yeah, it's such a great.
I gotta get my brother and my sister to come. We couldn't get him in. Like for the next 2 nights, it was so packed.
Yeah,
and we couldn't get him in. I'm like, how did you guys not put? I told you got to put your reservations in like as soon as you get there. Like, and so like I was like, all right. So I made sure when I talked to her, it's like, listen, we got to get him in. She's like, okay, we'll get him in. So we got him in like 2 nights later. We got him in. It was a great time. I love that. But what's nice with the Polynesian too, we stayed at the concierge suites. So like we got to wander out to the concierge area and like, get longboard beer and stuff like that. I was like, this is great. Like,
yeah. We have the Disney Vacation Club, and what we can do is you pay I think like $100 or whatever, and you can stay at the other property. So like at the Contemporary or whatever, that's not part of the vacation club. And so we always joke with our kids, like they grew up like not knowing what it's like to stay at a regular hotel. Cause I mean, like all these places are just like so over the top. And like the one time we stayed at the concierge level at the Contemporary. And so it's like, it's on the top floor. You get off the elevator. There's a cast member like sitting at a desk there. And they're like, welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Ulinsky. How are you doing today? And they have like, all the snacks and the foods. And, our daughter, I think is maybe like 4.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. So, we've had tons of fun there for sure.
All right, my friends. I think it's time to wrap it up. So until the next episode, I think Nate and I will be coming back with some fun stuff to report from the New York Toy Fair. Yeah. We're definitely going to want everyone visiting our friend Don here at the Horde Customs. Nate, where can people find you when you're not on here with me?
Carbonate Creative on all platforms, YouTube, and that's our store.
Cool. Don, where else can people find you?
It's the Horde Customs is everywhere. So Instagram, website, whatnot. It's all the Horde Customs. So easy to find me.
Excellent. And you can find me on Poptography YT on all things. I think on YouTube it's just Poptography. But yeah, you can find me there where we've got videos and images and a lot of cool fun things we've been doing lately with some AI. So please check it out. Until then, we'll see you guys later on Pop Talk, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye, Don. Thank you.
Don.
Yep.
Funko don't stop. Star Wars Legends, I'll cop till I drop. Pop, pop, stack into the top. The force is strong.